Hello everyone, I am Udita Khuntia. I am from class 2, section C, Stewart School, Bhubaneswar. Today I am going to tell you a very good story, and that story name is Little Red Riding Hood. Once there lived a girl named Little Red Riding Hood. One day in her birthday, her grandmother gave her a beautiful red scarf. And she loved it very much that she decided to wear it every time when she go out and stay inside the room. And did not take out the scarf because she loved it very much. And one day her mother found a letter that Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother was very ill. So she said to Little Red Riding Hood, "Little Red Riding Hood, please go to your grandmother with these cookies. Your grandmother is very ill. When you are going by the forest, you'll pick some flowers. So grandmother will be very happy." And now the Little Red Riding Hood said, "Yes, Mummy, and I'll pick some flowers to my grandmother." So her mother gave her the basket of cookies and she went away singing. And now when she was going to the forest, she was walking and singing. She was living near the forest, so when she was going to the forest, when she was nearby the forest and she was going, a wolf was sleeping there. She did not see it, and she went away singing and singing. And in the middle of the forest, when she was singing, the wolf woke up and saw that a little girl was singing, and he thought it was looking very tasty. And now when she saw a beautiful little pink roses in that behind the bush, she goes behind the bush and take out some roses and put it in the basket to surprise her grandmother that she loved her very much. And the wolf decided to thought of a plan and eats Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother and her, and she will be eaten by the wolf now. So she hurriedly went by hiding in the bush to her grandmother before she reached there. First the wolf opened the door. Grandma was very, very scared, but the wolf didn't eat it. He thought that I will eat them at one time. All of them I will eat at one time. So he put the grandmother in an almirah. And then she was in the almirah. When the wolf heard that Little Red Riding Hood was singing and nearer to the house, he hurriedly put off grandma's clothes and her spectacles and began to pretend like grandma when she was ill. Now the wolf was grandma. So when Little Red Riding Hood opened the door, she saw grandma. That grandma was very ill. Her face was very, very far on her face. When she go near to her grandmother, and grandmother means wolf. And now when she go to her nearer to the grandmother, the wolf began to say, "What do you need? You are very pretty, my Little Red Riding Hood." So the Little Red Riding Hood scaredly said, "Grandmother, why your eyes are too big?" Then the wolf, he was pretending like grandmother, said, "These eyes are very big to see you." And then Little Red Riding Hood said, "Why your nose is very big?" Then the wolf began to say that, "My nose is very big to smell you, that you are tasty." And then Little Red Riding Hood said, "Why your teeth are very big, grandmother. Then the wolf said, These teeth are big because I want to eat you. I am not your grandmother. I am a wolf. I wanted to eat you and your grandmother. So suddenly the Little Red Riding Hood became very scared and she cried very, very loudly. A hunter hunts for animal. One day in the forest, when Little Red Riding Hood was in the near the wolf, the hunter was hunting for animals, and suddenly he heard Little Red Riding Hood's voice. She was crying very loudly. The hunter ran to rescue her, and then suddenly the hunter came and killed the wolf and take our grandmother from the almirah. And they sat down on the table of grandmother and they began to eat cookies. So from that day, Little Red Riding Hood learned that we should not make noise in the forest. Anyone who was sleeping like animals will kill you. So you should not make noise when you are in the forest. Thank you. Have a nice day.